Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 TS Hub. We are here for another official practice session and we've got a full 20 driver grid for tonight's session around United States of America, USA, one of my personal favorite tracks. Joined alongside me is of course our official commentator for our practice sessions. Sean, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good tonight.
Good stuff. And yeah, United States. Do you think this is a track that drivers can look forward to some good battles tomorrow night?
I think it's one of those tracks like there's always gonna like something happen, you know, like crashes or a big fight or something controversially. So this track USA is always spice up some things, but also it's also one of the tracks like they're all getting really fast at penalties. So drivers need to watch out for that as well as. I see Keen lagging all over the place.
Do you think, obviously we got a full grid tonight, so the places went pretty quickly when the invites went out across all of our 3 tiers. Do you think that, obviously as commentating on these sessions, do you think it gives you a disadvantage that you're not able to partake, or do you think it helps you that you can watch all of your rivals and kind of see what they're up to?
Yeah, I'm more of that like the second part, you know, just I don't really mind like that much if I'm not practice, to be honest, because last season like we did it as well and I know a little bit of what I can expect, so with setups, lap times, so I don't really that mind if I'm not practice.
Good stuff. It's a little bit cloudy here in USA, no stranger to the rain. I know Igbo went to watch this race live, I think maybe a couple or a few years ago. And it was the day where he couldn't even get to qualifying because it was so wet going to the racetrack that he actually had to turn around and go back. So yeah, no stranger to rain is USA.
Yes, as we always like in real life there was I think if we practiced 3 years ago, like it was very heavy that day, so lots of practice. So maybe in qualifying we can see some rain, but I think in the race now I think there's going to be some rain, I believe.
Keane's joined back in after disconnecting. We've got everyone out on the ultra soft tire except for Razor, who's on the super. So let me give you guys a lowdown. Of course, our official practice sessions, all 3 of our tiers get invited, and it's a first come first serve into the lobby, as there is only of course 20 spaces. Let's run down who's from what tier. So Wuma, he won last time out in the pinnacle tier, which is of course our middle tier. Odems came second. He is from our top tier, the prestige tier. Yeah, second last time out for him. MLA is also in our prestige tier. Greenfin is in our podium tier. That is our lowest ranked tier of the 3. Malloy is in our top tier, the prestige tier. Razor is also in our podium tier. Joret's in our podium tier. So is Razor and so is Reflow. So a few drivers from there. Kian's, of course, one of our official esports drivers, having connection issues. He is from our top prestige tier. Cloudy Balloons is from our pinnacle tier, that's our middle one. Black Mamba from our prestige, James Slater from our prestige, Stifler from our pinnacle, Bookster from our pinnacle. You've also got Jonas from the podium tier, Nick from the pinnacle tier, Lukey from the podium tier. Who did I miss who set a lap time? Mali and Noik are from our top tier. So not too many from our middle pinnacle tier, but a lot of drivers from the prestige and the podium tier here tonight.
Yeah, it's like in other ways, it's really surprising that I see now like a lot of prestige drivers now practicing for this race. As we got yellow, it's on the mark just backing off, no worries about it. So yeah, it's for me pretty surprising that I see a lot of drivers from the prestige tier practicing this track. Like in other ways, you don't see that much drivers, but now you see a lot more. So I think they really need those practice.
Yeah, definitely. Kian's showing in the pits. I'm not sure if he's got back into lobby. We saw that White Eagle actually joined in. So if he's joined in, I don't know if Kian will be able to get back in, but perhaps White Eagle will be able to take control of that car and take over from where Kian left off.
Yeah, I saw Kian like lagging all over the place, but that was legit dangerous. So I think he needs like a little bit the shortest connections out, hopefully at ACAP, but
yeah, it's very strange because he had it last season, it almost cost him the title, and this season, the first couple of races he had the issues, and then since then it seems to have sorted itself out, but seems to have reappeared. Just over 6 minutes left in this session. Hello to everyone joining us let me remind you, this is an official practice session at F1 TS Hub. Strict corner cutting here by the stewards. That's obviously, Sean, the correct decision given the first sector.
Yeah, that is always something there, because it is so easy the corner cut. So if we're running regular, I think we're always gonna be in the 130s. Just already knowing for that. So it's only good as the strict corner cut on regular, and for me as well.
Good stuff. So Jorit, currently 15th place, riding on board with him. He's warming up to have another go. And looking pretty close if you look at the top 5, separated by half a second at the moment. And then you can see further on from about 6th down to 10th position, separated by a further half a second, if that. So looking pretty tidy, and it's really interesting to see some of the drivers from different tiers race against each other, and how they are compared to one another. And of course, we haven't seen a race around this track or qualify around this track this season, so it'll be interesting to see who can gain a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, and maybe some of the new guys we have here, like I think Nick. It's gonna be good, like, to join these races, you know, to see what other drivers are capable of from his tier, and maybe he can think of like, oh, I can maybe be in this stage or something. You know? Just, it's only good for the debut drivers who are now right here. It's only good that they are participating in this official practice races.
Yeah, definitely. And as you mentioned, some of the new drivers, it's good to see what they can do. As I think we saw last week, didn't we? That was it. Julian and Ollie were both quick in the wet round Australia, and it proved obviously Julian got a podium in the prestige tier, so he wasn't sandbagging, that's for sure.
Yes, he was definitely not sandbagging, but I could have catch him, but I have like legit some real problems, and I couldn't even catch him that moment, so that was a little bit unlucky. But the space was legit good around there, so I'm not gonna complain about that. Oh Jesus, close! Just I think he missed just the pit entry. I think. Oh, that was very close. I saw him just like drifting around that corner. On the last corner, so I think he just misjudged. I think it is very easy to do it, just to misjudge your braking point if you go into the pits. It's so easy to do.
I think that session is pretty much over, because to get back to the pits, it's going to take 1:30. That'll leave you under 2 minutes to get in and out, and of course back round that ain't going to be possible. So the stewards in the stewards report wrote about the pit entrance actually, just to say leave a little bit more room on the table, because it's going to be we often see drivers try and push it too much, and as Reflo did, either miss it completely or damage their wing.
I think did he damage his one wing? I don't see.
No, I think he just missed it.
Yeah, I saw it like drifting, I think, but I think he was coming way too hot about that, so he needs to braking a little bit easier. Then he maybe lose some time a little bit, but yeah, it's not really a good start for him right now. As like the Black Mamba, Melly all coming out of the pits to do their second run, and I see Mark just running a special helmet right now. I just see him.
So Mark changing up for Austin, Texas is where this track's located. Back on the calendar of the USA in, was it 2012, I believe? So
yes.
Good to have America back on the Formula 1 calendar, that's for sure. Hopefully we do get another race in the future, so we can have a couple cities on the calendar in the United States.
Yeah, this track, like the Austin, always providing like some good races, but I don't hope they're gonna bring Miami in the first stage, because it's the ridiculous long straight. It is absolutely ridiculous. So hopefully they just cancel it.
Well, DRS would surely, at least you would see some overtaking. Yeah, DRS would be open quite a while. But Lukey starts another lap. Obviously, he must have corner cut the previous one. Steenkamp Bookster hasn't set a time yet. Neither has Stifler, who's had a torrid start to this season in the Pinnacle tier. He really hasn't been able to stretch his legs. Himself and Dweller in the Ferrari have really struggled to make a mark, and I actually had them picked for early constructors favourites, but yeah, they haven't been able to really show their pace due to incidents or another, and you know, if you're getting incidents involved every single race, there has to come a point where you obviously have to look at your own driving and just kind of give more room, give a bit extra space, just so you can have a clean race and get some confidence back.
Yeah, as maybe some guys like added to me as well, but for me, I'm not gonna change like my times or anything if there's like an accident happening with me. So that's gonna be my point for that. As Flo is just tired.
I think he's realised. Yeah, I think he realised what we figured out. He isn't gonna have enough time. So just under 20 seconds left, 15 seconds left. Boogster getting in the way of Stifler there, coming into last corner. That was a little bit naughty. And Stifler jumps up to 9th position now. Kian is still in the pits. We're hearing that White Eagle is in his seat at the moment, keeping it warm for him to say the least. So Boogster, what can he do? He's going to have one chance at this. Lukey completes a lap, doesn't set a time, so corner cut must have been hampering him. Yeah.
As you like to see, I think it's going to be very close right now for pole position. I'm just going to ride along with Mark. I think overall it's going to be pretty good right now. He has to milk this corner. I think that's turn 16. If you have like a wheel, it's so OP to do this corner, because and then come around turn 19, the blind corner, always very hard to know when you have to turn in. Out of the last corner he goes. Pretty good exit, I think. He had an invalid lap time, Mark.
No, it goes even quicker. Wow, what a storming lap that was.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's really expected that. Yeah, there's a low 32s. I was already expecting that. So good job by Nowick. And let's see what Adams can do. Can he break it, or can he even be close to Nowick's lap time?
Oh, he's
just real
tank slapper
out of that corner. Can he? Oh yeah, and yeah, I saw that, Adams. You naughty little boy. I saw that.
Stifler a tenth slower so far. Has he been able to make it up? No, he goes wide at last corner. He spins it in the wall, so he's done and dusted. No, I think that's... Yeah, I think that's it. If you forget about Nowick, who absolutely stormed to pole position by almost 6/10, look at from second all the way down to what, 12th position. That's 1.2 seconds. Yeah, just over. So it's pretty impressive and pretty close. And when you think about it, you got what? Prestige, 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 pinnacle, pinnacle, podium, pinnacle, pinnacle, podium. So it's looking pretty close out there tonight.
Yeah, but I was a little bit surprised that some like the guys like Adams, like Momo, or like even Mark is not able to really close to know the step time, because it is pretty easy to do, like you said, like a mid 32s around here, even like very quick enough like Nowick, so and like Adams. So I'm pretty surprised they're like not being like in those lap times, in my opinion, because seeing their lap times in TT, I was pretty much expecting like to setting those lap times with Nowick.
So do you think maybe some drivers are a little bit rusty, or some drivers maybe keeping a little bit of time in their pocket for tomorrow's qualifying session?
I think they are a little bit doing both, I think, or maybe some guys just like corner cutting. I think either the S section or maybe turn 19 is pretty easy to do. So yeah, I'm pretty surprised by this actually, in my opinion.
No surprise that Nowick takes pole though. He's quick in qualifying, we know that, and he was leading the drivers, I believe, up till he missed last week's race. So we'll see whether he can bounce back tomorrow night. But he takes the pole position for this official practice session for round 6 in the United States. Odems comes second, Black Mamba third, James Slater fourth, Mally fifth, Malloy sixth, MLA seventh, Wummer 8th, 9th Boogster, 10th for Flo, 11th Stifler, Cloudy is 12th, Jorit 13th, 14th Razor, 15th Spider, 16th Jonas, 17th Nick, 18th Greenfin, 19th is going to be the Kian's car. Lukey didn't set a lap time in 20th place. And interesting, Raflo, I believe, is inside the top 10 there. He's from the podium tier. He's in 10th place. What do you make of him? I don't know if you've seen any of his racing, Sean, but he seems to be really quick. And he's as the races go on, he seems to get quicker and quicker, but he just can't convert that to you know, his pole positions. He's had a couple so far this season to race wins, but he has got his first podium, so perhaps a sign of things to come later in the season.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the first podium is always the first step, and maybe for this race for tomorrow is I think a good step, like to realize that he maybe just like can challenge for the win if he already setting in the top 10 with lots of the drivers like in the Prestige, so only good to see that. So and hopefully he can tomorrow bring a race win.
Yeah, definitely. So drivers just pick their field, pick their strategy, and we'll find out exactly who is best prepared or who's going to use this session to practice fully. We're seeing, it looks to me like White Eagle has actually, as we get the formation lap underway, White Eagle's actually taken the space, yeah, of oh no, he's left the session. I don't think he'll be able to, yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I don't think he'll be able to get back in the session, even if Kian joins. So yeah, let's see if he wants to join back in before obviously they get underway.
I think he won, but I think he just disconnected, or he just like left the session or something.
Well, it's looking pretty mixed up. Prestige. That's top 7 Prestige. Then you got Wummer leads the way on the Pinnacle drivers ahead of Boogster. Reflow in the top 10 as we mentioned on the podium. Someone goes extremely deep there. Stifler from the Pinnacle in 11th, Cloudy Pinnacle, Jorit podium, Razor podium, Spider podium, Jonas podium, Nick is from the Pinnacle, Greenfins from the podium, White Eagle is from the podium, and Lukey is from the podium. So a right mixture as some drivers are waiting on the grid. Let's quickly figure out. We can see top 12 are on ultra soft tires. Then we've got 7 drivers on the supers and Nick down in 17th on the ultras as well. So no one picking the soft tire at the moment.
I'm just looking down with the race fuel actually. That I think all them and Mark having like with 5 laps of fuel. But if I go to Jonas, he actually drives with almost 7.5 laps of fuel, which is absolutely
too much.
Wonderful. I think normally you have like with Hollands and Mark just 5 laps of fuel. It's just more than enough I think around this track. Mark even at Holland has 6 laps of fuel, so I think that is more enough for this race because you can't legit save fuel on this track.
Well, lots of fuel. Hopefully we get lots of overtaking here tonight, and we'll see if there's any incidents as we head down to turn 1. Everyone else is lining up on the grid, and I wonder who'll be racing in that 19th position. Will it be White Eagle or will it be Kian? Don't think Kian can get back into his seat. If not, perhaps White Eagle can jump back in the lobby. Here we go anyway. Noek leads on the first red lights, and they are out. It's a bit of a delayed start.
Boxer gets a jump start, and Melly just letting everyone through I think, but a good start by Noek, almost down the inside of Noek, and they're still going side by side, and Noek still remains the lead from now on. I think everyone has kept it clean, except for Melly. I think he dropped way back. I know there's someone out of the track, that is Malloy, he just misjudged. He's dropping down a little bit of positions, but it looks like for me, I think everyone has kept their heads down and have no damage I think.
Yeah, Mally, I think he just pulled off to let everyone through and he wanted to start at the back, but it's also interestingly enough, the Boogster was actually, I don't know if he still is, I think he was paused, yeah, he's still paused, yeah. So his pause has actually gained him 4 positions at this stage.
Ideal way to gain positions.
Here we go, McLaren versus Ferrari. The McLaren goes very deep. The Ferrari's going to do the cutback. That's MLA versus Wummer. The McLaren's got the inside. Can he keep this position? Ultrasoft versus Ultrasoft. 2 fierce rivals in constructors.
Down inside, yeah. Oh, and he's doing the switchback. Womae, but doesn't work, and Mark gained the position. 3-6 for him.
Now under attack, Malloy goes through as well, so it did work out for Woma, that attempted maneuver.
Gained another position as Novak already building up the lead by almost like by 1.3 seconds, so Novak doing a very good job at the moment to clear the gap as Boxer is going to the pits. Oh,
must have got
AI got still, yeah.
Must have got damaged.
Oh wait, he got a jump start. I know,
yeah.
he got a jump start. I think that's why he's going to the pits. And as Malloy goes down the inside of Omei, I think again.
Yeah, having a good old scrap.
Let's see, down here who has the bigger balls? No, they're not going side by side. I think that's a very smart decision. Although Malloy getting a 3-second time penalty on lap 2. So really early right now.
Really difficult to go side by side through those S corners. Although there's a skate road, you know, if you take too much curve, you're just going to get what, you know, Malloy did, and that's a penalty. And we're only on lap 2 here, so a reasonably clean start. No one's really had any spins or any crashes, so these guys doing pretty well. Yes, especially look at Malloy absolutely stretching his legs in that Salva. Hodems can barely see his fuel fumes as 2 seconds further back. And James Slater doing a good job in 4th position as well, by the way. I didn't catch that, but that's a solid qualifying session for him.
Yeah, he did a very good job, and game just like, I think, you know, he's just staying in a position. I thought he gained 2 position, but no, just a very good job. Hopefully he can do this as Clean still leads the session and joins the session.
I don't think he can get back in his car.
I think he just realized, like, if you join like back. Joining and leaving the session by this kind of like 5 times, I think you have to realize like you can't go back. I think so. I think he just has to leave it for now. Just sort his internet out as soon as possible. And hopefully tomorrow he can back on the grid.
Just seeing Woma now under attack from Reflow. So this is Pinnacle versus Podium. Reflow has, I think, of going down the inside, but decides better of it and tucks up in for now to perhaps try and line him up down the back straight. DRS will be open, of course, this lap.
Yes, as I'm just looking down at the things and to see Nick and Jonas, already both guys gained 6 positions out of the start line, so they're having a good start in the moment. And Boxes with still pausing the game, losing 10 positions, as Melly, who let everyone go through, is already back up to 13th place, so he's doing a good job at the moment as well. And Stiff is also pretty close to the back of Floss, so...
Razor versus Lukey. These guys are pretty tight in the constructors battle at the moment, and Razor versus Luke, they're pretty tight in the constructors battle and the drivers championship in the podium tier. Here we go, Razor's lining him up. Let's see what he can do down this back straight. Lukey goes defensive, takes to the outside.
A little bit of contact, but still fair at the moment, and Luke still has 16th position still. So Ray would have to wait a little bit further as and Woma has spun off.
Yeah.
Woma just spun off, I think, in that turn 16 corner. Just had too much wheel spin and yeah, just lost it.
Yeah, looks that way.
Yeah, very unfortunate for him. And it's very easy to do like this too.
Our first retiree.
Yeah. And just Norway just creating gap still by 3 seconds, so he's just like already in a world of his own right now. And Collins can legit nothing can do about this. It's like his pure fate right now.
You got the 2 Toro Rossos having a ding dong.
Oh, Melly!
Malley's just retired from the session. I think he got wing damage from his teammate, and then he called it a day then and there. So on the right hand side, yeah, it's hard because of the shadow, but yes, he went to go down the outside of I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Cloudy, and then Nick came round the outside and kind of caused that damage. But hey ho.
As quite well this. Ooh, that was close. Just saw a little bit of gap and Nick drifting a little bit, but still good for now. As he's defending, wheel bending again with Spider Welders versus Nick. So Nick's gonna go round the inside again. No, we better think of it as Jorrit. comes into the fight as well, but he's not standing down the inside. So we have a good battle for 11th place at the moment with 4 cars scrapping it out.
And there's a 5th car, Sauber, in the background as well, about Razor, I think, that is about to come join the party. So look at these cars as Spider Atlas goes up the inside of Nick now. Is he going to be able to hold this through this long sweeping corner?
Going really close to 19 again. They better think of it. But they are so close together. They just and looking down the inside of Jorrit, and he gets
a good move.
And he gets the DRS as well. So smart from him. As Nick going searching for a gap, and he's going down the inside, and he gets the no wait, it's not him. And we got yellows in sector 1, but they are quickly cleared. So I think there's someone running up the track.
Oh, side by side.
Oh, spun up. Yeah, I think that's the fun of the part of those side by side. I think just no matter. I think they went side by side. Just caught a little bit of it.
Yeah, I think they did, and that's the end result basically.
Surprise, yeah.
When you're going at that speed, Sean, the slightest contact and it just sends you straight into the wall, and at that speed you got no chance of recovering it. So Cloudy Balloons as well moving up above Stifler.
Oh, Boxer retired.
Stifler's in the wall as well, so wing damage and his troubled season continues.
Yeah.
Razor's just about to pass him now as well.
Oh, and in green corner, MLA has passed James Slater for 40, so he's making a charge right now and to go into Black Mamba. As Boxer has left the session, so yeah, Mark just getting 3 positions, so and he's already at the charge of Black Mamba, so we already maybe see an overtake for him very soon.
Stifler under attack from Green Finn now as well.
Yeah, and I think Stifler has some front wing damage. Yeah, he has front wing damage.
Yeah, he's become back into the pits. I said his troubled season continues here in the practice session tonight, and he's going to have to pit for repairs. I think that was with Cloudy Balloons. Not sure what happened. Razor comes into the pits, so he's made it safe and sound. Hit your braking marker. Get as himself, Stifler, and Spider all come into the pits. So those 3 will be having a race long ding dong if it carries on like that. So who else is? It's pretty close at the front here between MLA and Black Mamba.
Yeah. So. Yeah, he did already gain positions, Mark, as I said, so he really wants to get him onto the podium right now. I think he does a good exit, so he will have the DRS, hopefully getting some safety as well. And we got yellows in sector 2, but I think that's Stiff Jorrit, I think, is spun off. And Mark wanted to go down the inside, but he can't stick it, so maybe in turn 14, maybe a little cheeky dive one, but he better thinks of it, so he waits for the start finish line to wait for the DRS. As I think, no, not really closing values right now at the moment.
So we got 3 drivers out. The Bugster is saying for some reason MLA gets a penalty for that. I saw that one. He just got a little bit too close. Renault in the pits.
And James in the pit. That's very early, so I think he's going to do the 2 stops. But I think Mark is not going to pit, I think, on this lap. So he's still continuing on, as with Black Mamba. I think no one else has come to the pits. Yes, he's going for a set of supers, James, so he's definitely doing the 2 stop today. So
perhaps he's going to try it. Yeah, it's just, practice session is worth giving the alternate strategy a go just to see what it can do for you. But you have to say the 1 stop round here is going to be the favoured one. Ultra softs to either supers or softs, depending on how far they can stretch. Look at Jonas and Reflow from the podium tier up to 6th and 7th position now. Lukey as well has gained 11 positions up to 9th.
Very good job for him at the moment. So we saw it in last after, I think, invalidated that time 2 or 3 times. So he's doing very good at the moment on those supers. So we expect the pit for him around lap 15 to maybe then putting on a set of softs or either ultra softs. Depends if he can stretch it like that, as James has dropped down in 7 positions after the pit stop, so he's making a charge right now to make maybe the 2 stop work, but he needs not to get hold up in this. So let's see what I can do about the others who doing the one stop, like Nowick or Adams.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Looks like no one's got an answer for Nowick at the moment. He looks supreme out up front there and is enjoying the clean air. And perhaps he's just got into that rhythm, Sean, where, you know, around this track, I think the rhythm getting into one is important.
Yeah, the rhythm is very, if you have a rhythm around here, and you have like some good plays, then you already have the victory, I think. If you like, just watching your corner cuts, then you all be fine. So I expect Noah to be very good tomorrow, I think, in the position tomorrow, so I think I got some work to do.
Yeah, you definitely do, Sean. You've got a tough tier, and we know that I think almost half of the top 10 in time trial are actually from are in our top prestige tier around this track. So it just shows you how competitive. As we see Nick and Jorrit coming into the pits this lap 8 out of 28. Nowick still leads, Odom in seconds, Black Mamba in third, and MLA hunting down Black Mamba for that third position in his Ferrari. We can also see Jonas is just closing in on Reflow as well, under a tenth of a second. James Slater after his pit stop. MLA goes very deep, so perhaps just testing how late he can brake.
Yeah, I just saw the call of that, so it's not a very good job by him. So hopefully he doesn't do that tomorrow, because I really wanted him those constructors points, and I don't want to be losing like that.
James Slater comes down the inside of Lukey. That was an important move. Straight down the inside, DRS. Nice on the brakes. Hits his apex. Job done. Lukey, of course. Yeah. So that's what he needs to do. As you said, he needs to slice through this field. And a bit of Woma's car there on the grass, ruining the lovely grass cut. As we head round to these final couple of corners on lap 9 out of 28 for these drivers.
Yeah, and still Noe just still creating a gap, even though on those old oversols it's almost 7 seconds to get in problem. So what Noe is doing right now is just an absolute fantastic job. I mean, if I'm really honest, just if he keeps it like that, I mean, yeah, just he's gonna be a real contender for the title, as Nick gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, as with Lupi. So Lupi could be out of those.
You mentioned just gonna say, you mentioned the title. Obviously Nowick didn't race last week, so he's now 21 points behind Beastas, who leads in the prestige tier. So it'd be interesting to see whether he can bite back into that points gap. And had he not missed, of course, last race, you know, where would he have been? A lot closer, I imagine. But yeah, he's sitting in second, and MLA in third. Yourself, Sean, in fourth, and you're only 26 points off the lead. You still fancy your chances? For the, you know, challenging Beastas?
26. Oh, I thought the gap was much larger, so pretty surprised at that. But yeah, 26. Like, I'm not really focusing that much on the title, to be fair. I just want to focus more on the constructors. With Mark, that's I think for me the most important thing.
James goes down the inside of That was a clever move there. The way he blocked Cloudy off from getting a better run at him, but as well, Cloudy, good defensive driving. He thought about and, you know, tried to use what was left on those ultra soft tires to his advantage in terms of racing line. As we see Black Mamba Malloy come into the pits, as well as Reflow, so they've had enough of those ultras.
Yeah, I think Mark is going to go through the next dish lap then, to maybe try to do the overcut. I don't know anymore if the overcut or the undercut worked around here. I think it was the undercut, so I think Black Mamba is still going to be then in third then. And he's going to the set of softs, what I just predicted, as Jonas. Ooh, that was pretty close. James already passed Jonas, so almost in the S section, so he's really doing some bits right now.
Look at this. He's having a think.
Jonas just not. He got a little bit of the corners, but he didn't gain about that, so everything's fine right now. Is he gonna send down the inside? No,
looking feisty.
Yeah, as gets the DRS, not giving up. I think he didn't. No, he hasn't pitted yet, so still having a good fight right now on James. So as Cloudy is weaving around a little bit to maybe sitting down as well, but no, just Jonas has to wait a little bit.
Jonas doing a good job here from the podium tier. What's happened to Razor?
Oh, he's just calling it a day.
Calling it a day in the pits.
And nobody's pitting as well. All I'm staying out, as same with Mark. Staying out as well, so very interesting to see.
James Slater already up to 4th now.
Yeah, and maybe getting 3rd place with the pit stop, but I highly doubt that. No, it's gonna be staying 3rd. James
yeah.
4th.
So when we look at rivals for James, we can see the Black Mambas are a little bit back. We can see that Malloy, Reflow, the guys he was kind of racing, he needs to make sure, well, he's got to hope that they get stuck in some traffic and they're not able to get through it as quickly as he can to try and make this 2-stop work.
Yeah, as like I think Black Mamba is getting a hold up a little bit on this soft ice thing, so not ideal for him, but for James, like just very good condition right now. He's not getting hold up. Every gap he sees, like it goes down, so he's making some really solid progress. So I think he's one of the guys who maybe, just maybe go for first place if things don't round like that, but you never know.
Black Mamba goes down the inside of Cloudy. Cloudy then slings it back down, a late braking move down the inside onto the straight. Black Mamba bides his time, gets a nice exit, and says, "See you later, mate," as he sails down and chases after Jonas, who, you know, if he has this sort of pace tomorrow, he could make it 6 different winners from the first 6 races in the podium tier this season. He's showing some really strong, consistent driving on that super soft tyre, as is his teammate as well down in 9th, to be fair. So they of course are teammates in the podium tier.
See, Adam's going for the pace as MLA still staying out on those old Ultrasols, so I think
he's going for a super stint.
Yeah, but it is very... I think he has to go, like, I think, at least another 2 laps if he wants to make that, so... But I know for him that he has very good tires, so he maybe can get it, you never know.
James Slater's actually got ahead of Odems, so it just shows you how much that undercut's worth.
Yeah. It's a very good job by him.
So is Black Mamba. Black Mamba's got out ahead of him.
So yeah, the undercut really working in favor right now, but... Odems has now, he's going for the supers right now, so interesting to see as Black Mamba gets a 3-second time penalty. So this is gonna maybe to turn the race, you know, just I think this race is gonna maybe just turn around by penalties, I think. If Noah's getting back to the lead again and having a large gap.
Lookie's in the pits.
Yes. Is he?
Malloy going down the inside of Cloudy, so we'll see whether Cloudy's able to fight back on, he's still on that ultra soft tyre, so I don't think he's actually come into the pits yet. Let's have a stop. No, so we've got MLA, Jonas, Cloudy, Greenfin, and of course White Eagle, who's the computer, having yet to stop in this race.
Yeah, I think they're all going to try to go for the super soft things. And I'm just looking down to the position change, and Jonas is still doing a good job by gaining 10 positions from the start line, so he's doing a good job as well, and he hasn't made a piss up yet, so he's going maybe around lap 15.
MLA's in.
MLA is in as well, and Ollens gets a time penalty as well, sends it down the inside of Black Mamba, and Mark is going for the softs. It's pretty interesting to see.
You think being a practice session, you know, he might have tried the supers just to see if he could make it work.
Yeah.
Even if obviously he lost time at the end, you know, perhaps he was going to try that. But no, he's obviously going for the softs and just wants the extra grip come the end of the race.
Yeah, I think, and knowing Mark as well, he's always very, very comfortable with the hardest tires. So I think for me it was more expected that he's going for the soft water than the super softs. But I know what Mark can do with with the harder tires, so he always has a very good pace around it, so I see him expecting to go maybe back to 3rd place, as that moment is still in DRS range of Odin, so what can he do about it, as he's closing down that gap, but not really good enough.
Jonas is under attack now from MLA, and if Jonas can go 2 more laps, he should be able to fit the ultra softs, maybe 3 more laps, fit the ultra softs and go to the end of the race.
I think he can just manage that, but I think I'm having a stroke here right now. If he just keeps it calm a little bit the first 2 laps, then he definitely make it, as Mark is going down the inside of Jonas as expected, and Oliver gets another time penalty. So as it stands right now, if it finishes like this, then Black Mamba's gonna be on the podium because he only has 1 penalty.
Yeah, James Slater of course still has to make another stop. I think Nick is also on a 2-stop strategy, so he'll have to come in again. Reflow's not doing too bad either from the podium tier. He's made his stop onto softs, and you have to say he's going to be the top podium driver when all the round of pit stops are done. But I wonder whether Jonas or Lukey can chase him down.
Yeah, I'm really eager to see that. So with the 2 stops versus the 1 stop, so lots of different strategies like going on this. So we just have to see it like what they can do about it, as no one's really under a second here right now. So the field is a little bit spread right now. So as White Eagle still with the Ghost car coming to the pits again, as Autumn's getting in DRS range of James Slater.
Yeah, MLA was in DRS range of Malloy, but has just fallen back under again. So we'll see how quickly Odems can dispatch to James, or if James is going to put up a good fight.
I think he will. Knowing James, I think he will probably do, but he has to pit again. But he had pitted for the first stint on the Super, so yeah, his pit window maybe around lap 18 or 19, then fitting on a fresh set of ultra softs, and then just like bang those lap times. As Ollum's getting really close to James, setting down the inside. James knows it, but a little bit wheel bang, but still
clean move, I think. Yeah, clean, good move. I think Odems has done that twice because drivers almost don't expect it. They expect you to wait until the straight in DRS as Jonas finally comes in. And Odems obviously realising that and fancying his chances. So Sean, if he's behind you tomorrow night at the last corner, expect him to send one down the inside.
I maybe will, but I also maybe can block him off and make his life as salty as possible. And I always like that with Odems. So Odems, if you're watching it back, I'm not going to give it easy for you, so watch out. As MLA finally closing up on Malloy in DRS range, having the fresher tires, so hopefully he can close up around this corner. Let's see if he can get a very good exit and get some pretty solid one.
Stifler in the pits as well.
Yeah, from the softs again, so pretty interesting to see.
MLA not quite close enough. Did MLA get then? Just going to quickly run through Sean. Of course, today is our official media day at F1 TS Hub. Every Thursday before the race on Friday. And at the end at 8 PM we always do our official practice session, which is what you're watching right here, right now. We've already had lots going on. Pre-race interviews are up on the website www.f1tshub.com. We've also got the pre-race stewards report, the history and track guide, the guest the driver, loads of stuff going on, confirmed teams and drivers for tomorrow night. So standings have been updated, and a busy day for the website. If you are interested in joining the league, we do have a waiting list, so head over to www.f1tshub.com. You can also visit us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, where we of course provide lots of stuff throughout the week to keep you entertained. MLA chasing down Malloy in Sector 1 here in USA. This is round 6 of our 12 race calendar in season 11, and it's been a pretty eventful one, and some great racing so far with our highest numbers ever. So it's been a really good season, hasn't it, Sean?
Yeah, it has indeed. And as MLA just still going there, Nick gets another penalty. As I just called as well, Jonas has like a 5-second stop go penalty for corner crossing, and he gained a position about it. So he hadn't returning the place back, so, and he's being punished by that. As Black Mamba going down the inside of James Slater, and he gets third place back. James does a little bit of a switchback, but it doesn't work, so Black Mamba getting third place as Malloy and Mark go scrapping, but Mark hasn't made it work yet. So what can he do about it in turn 6 14th, I mean. He's not going down the inside, so he's still waiting, getting that 5th place.
Much fresher tyres, of course, is MLA on.
Oh, and he's on the softs. Is he on your screen different?
No, he's on the softs, but he pitted a lot later than Malloy. Yeah. I think four laps or something like that. So 4 laps fresher tyres for the Ferrari drivers. We're just seeing as well Jonas versus Luki. They're teammates, of course. So I wonder if there'll be any team orders here tonight. I doubt it in this practice session.
Oh, and Mark goes down the inside, and Malloy gets a time penalty for switching back. So I think that is his 2nd one, I believe, but he just colored the whole inside part, so I think he may have to return the position back, which he did. So Mark getting 5th place back, as Nick pitting for his 2nd pit stop and going for a set of supers still in, so he can easily make that and still be in the top 10. As Luki just passing by.
Jorrit and Jonas as well, so 3 podium drivers move up the order. 3 of them in the top 10 at the moment, only 1 Pinnacle driver in the top 10, and the rest are Prestige, of course, as you would expect, but doing a good job of these 2 Mercedes boys, as is Reflo in 7th position. He's obviously he's doing a brilliant job, is Reflo, from the podium tier.
Yeah, just driving around, with all the Prestige guys, doing a very good job. Just keeping his head down, just not making many mistakes. I think he has not even got a time penalty, so he's doing some good pits, and if he can keep his consistency like that, he has a very good chance for tomorrow to win in the podium tier. As James is pitting for his 2nd pit stop, and I think for a set of ultra softs.
Jonas can't get by his teammate here, although he's on the fresher tyre, he just can't seem to get through.
Oh, they're touching a little bit, and he gets a time penalty as well.
Jorrit goes through, so that cost him that move, attempted move I should say, and Nick's closing up on those fresh tyres as well.
Definitely getting a time penalty, and James Slater, by surprising me, he is still on those supers. He pitted again, as Malloy gets another time penalty, so I think it's up to 9 seconds of penalty right now.
So James Slater hasn't really lost anything by doing that 2-stop.
No, not really, but I was really expecting for him just like to putting on those fresh ultra sauce. 10 laps is easy to do, but yeah, pretty surprised he didn't do that, but I think he just wants safety rather than like just pushing, so you can maybe understand that. As Adams is closing that gap down to Norway, almost going under 5.5 seconds, as Jordan gets another time penalty. So as Pedro is.
Reckoning the time penalties now, the closing stage is this race, lap 18 out of 28 here in Austin. And driver's press conference after this, one of your favourites, Sean. Who's going to be facing from the podium? It'll be Jorrit. From the Pinnacle, it'll be Matt Your Daddy, and from Prestige, it'll be VSO Charles. So, for those of you who don't know, driver's press conference. 1 driver gets picked from each tier. After this session on the website, they'll be faced with a difficult question, which really can make your blood boil if you're not in a good mood.
Yeah, I think no one has asked me right now, so I'm really eager to be in the media day. As Jonas is, I think, as far as Jorrit, I think.
Yeah, he's got that job done into the heavy braking zone after the long straight.
As I think there's not really close battles going on, well then I'm going to fight for a point tail position with Jonas, Jorrit and Nick as well, so...
Nick of course just coming out the pits, so...
And it's fresh super soft, so... Getting really closing up on with Jorrit and Jonas, but Jorrit already had the DRS shells, so not really gaining that much. As Adams, oh, no, I think made a mistake. I think the gap jumped down from 5.2 to 5. Oh, it's back to 5.1. I think Codemasters is pitching yet again, so I thought something happened with Noah, but false alarm. As Jonas still closing up on Luki, by the way, as Luki is on a 1 stop as well, same with Jonas. As Nick goes down the inside of Jorrit for 11th position, so he's doing some bits.
Yep, this looks like it's going to be an easy move. DRS, of course, will be open for other. Yeah, Toro Rosso's got DRS, so it'll get him cleanly past. As Jorrit's going to sling one down the inside. We've seen a few moves from him in the last couple of races, both earning him penalties from the stewards. So perhaps he's just taken a slightly different approach here tonight, and he lets that one go to fight another day.
Yeah, I'm really eager to see that. As Jonas still closing up on Lucky still, so doing a good job. But I'm really eager to see like after the race, because of the penalties we're seeing right here. So I'm really eager to see what effects it has. So yeah. Jonas still closing up, but not really doing that much work. So Jorrit is also pretty close to Nick right now, but still in DRS range. So but nothing really going on right now, as Nick gets another 3-second time penalty added to his race time.
He'll be hoping not to get as many oars. Look at Jonas, he's getting so close to Lukey. Lukey's struggling on those super soft tyres, and Jonas clearing Jorrit, and now he's got another chance to try and get this job done. Where is he going to do it? You have to say he's going to have to send something down the inside, because his teammate's not going to give up anything here.
No, it's going to be a classic Mercedes battle, so no team orders. So hopefully they don't do a Spain, as Moy gets another 3-second time penalty. That I think is 4th one. He's going down the inside.
On the paint, red
close.
paint.
It's very close. Hitting the bollock, but just leaving enough space, so it is on the edge. Olden gets a 3-second time penalty as well. Is he sending down the inside, Jonas? No, not really. So, very frustrated right now, I think, Jonas. I think he has clearly the better pace, but Lucky has none of it.
Yeah, good on the brakes is Lukey here in Austin, and they've got to be careful because Nick's going to close up on them, and he's... Yeah.
It's gonna be very close. I don't know how many penalties Lucky has, so it's gonna be very close, I think, with those two. And yeah, I think that's the only battle we have right now for 9th place between the two teammates.
Nick's there too on those fresher tyres, so you'd expect him to come and have a say in this. So Jonas has got to be careful again, because he's got a car behind who can, you know, steal a position from him. Obviously, he's got quite a few penalties, does Nick, so you'd expect to see the Mercedes move back up the order if he did get through when the results are classified.
Yeah, and still within 3/10, still really closing up on that back, so is he still going to wait or send him down the inside again? He's still better concentrate.
Much better exit, but has to slightly lift off, I think.
Yeah.
And Lukey, last time he went so defensive, Jonas was insisting on having that inside. He was on the red paint almost all 4 wheels, which is why you saw him, you know, have to bounce over the curb. So he's going to try the outside here. Wonder if he's going to do the switchback. Lukey covers him off well again.
It's really close. Is he going down the inside? No, he doesn't. Maybe turn 14. That's a pretty close exit. He has to do it now. Can he do it? Yes, he can. A little bit of wheel bending, but he lost with the traction, and he lost 1 position to Nick.
Perhaps he needs to sit tight and try and take advantage of when Nick gets past. But
Jonas coming back. Jonas coming back.
Oh,
yeah.
What
he got so much more momentum on Nick. Very unfortunate, and he retired from the section. I think it's a heat of the moment thing.
Yeah, I don't think he would have done that had that been the official race.
Yeah, very unfortunate. He had a good battle with Nick, with Luke. Yeah, very unfortunate by that.
When you're at that sort of speed, as I mentioned earlier, you just touch the car and that's it. You're in the wall with you thinking about what could have been. Down to 16 runners, 15 runners. I mean, left in the session.
We got yellow to sector 1. I think that's just for Jonas, I think, for his car. But MLA closing up on the back of Black Mamba again. So the gap is now a little bit under 2 seconds.
Oh, it just shot back up to 3. Oh no, now back down to 2.
Yeah. Codemasters is doing his bits at the moment. As Cloudy closing up a little bit on flaws. So, and Nick really closing up again on Luki. As he has to save fuel as well. He's just like 0.2 lap of fuel left, so he needs to watch out for that.
Gonna switch over to Reflow and Cloudy because this one looks like set to take off. Lap 23 out of 28 now, so 5 and this one that we're on to go. Noik still leads from Odense and Black Mamba. MLA's chasing him down. Malloy makes up the top 5. James Slater's chasing down Malloy as well, actually. Top 5 could be on the cards for him.
Yeah, he's still with fresh super sauce, as Flaws and Cloudy both get a 3-second time penalty.
Both feeling the pressure.
Yeah, they're both feeling it, so I didn't pay attention how much penalty those guys had, so it's gonna be pretty exciting, I think. But he's still closing up, just under half a second, so what can he do about it in the straight line? He gets pretty poor exit out of that, so not a good thing for him. As Emily and Greenfin gets giving himself a 3-second time penalty as well. As Mark is closing really up, just 1.3 seconds right now, so he's really closing up on the back of Black Mamba. So with the pit stop he made very late on the softs, it's really coming in handy right now.
Yeah, it definitely is. Feeling that extra grip than the car in front. Going to be under a second soon enough.
Yeah, so coming down to the S sections, how much time can he gain out of that? Just 1.1. And oh, Mark, getting another 3-second time penalty. That's not what I'm used to. Normally there's only 2 warnings. So
Cloudy having a little weave behind Reflow to say, let me through, please.
yeah.
But Reflow having none of it at the moment. Half a second covering those two. Then you've got MLA chasing down 3rd. Black Mamba, you've got James Slater chasing down Malloy for 5th. And then you've got Nick still chasing down Lukey for 9th. So a few battles here in the closing stages of this race.
Yeah, as James getting under almost 1.4 seconds, so he's really gonna close that gap down, I think, in 4 lap times. As Mark's still within a second, as Noah still, if I'm going back to him, is still doing his bits right now, just 5.5 seconds, so even with the pistol, still having about the same lead, so he's doing a really good job at the moment.
We've got 2 podium tier drivers defending from a pinnacle tier driver, so this should be a good show between Reflow and Cloudy and Lukey and Nick.
Yeah, let's see, Nick is in 7/10, so getting the US, but I don't think he's going to close up that much. And Cloudy really on the back of Frost, so can he maybe get a good momentum out of those 2 corners right here? Not really right now. Turn 19, very important here, just not getting too right. And he's waiting for the DRS. Gets
good
a
exit.
Good exit. Frost weaving about, trying to break the slipstream. It's pretty funny to see, but it's costing him time as well, so Flo's doing still good in bits to be in 7th place, as Mark just really close right now. 4/10 is the difference between him and Black Mamba, so getting the DRS open right now. And what can he maybe do a dive bomb or just waiting for the other corners?
Just saw Jorik get past Spider Atlas and Stifler get past Green Fin as well down the back, so it's all happening in this closing stages.
Yeah, I don't know where to keep track right now.
Yeah, it's hard to watch them all at the same time. James Slater's closed in on Malloy as well, so add one more to the party.
They're getting another penalty as well. Flo's weaving around like crazy to break the slipstream from Cloudy. It's working as well, but he can't do it that much. As James closing down as well, 4/10 with Malloy. Cloudy really close, and Stifler retires. He just calling another day. Not to question anything. James Slater down the inside of Malloy. It's really close.
Oh.
Really close. They touched.
Yeah, Malloy got a tank slapper. James Slater couldn't do anything. He's going to wait for him to pass. But I don't feel like it was really James Slater's fault there. He just was on the inside. Malloy didn't get the best exit, and he couldn't make his car disappear. Lukey gets back past Nick after Nick just got past momentarily. Cloudy all over the back. He goes down the inside. Reflow does the switchback. What a good defensive move that was to keep his position.
Yeah, just Cloudy really having his hand full after first, not giving up on 7th place. So very good to see that some drivers really not having none of it and still fighting for every position there. So it's very good to see. Mark switching back to Mark. Think about the move on the inside, but he doesn't make it stick, so he's really eager to pass Black Mamba, but he has to do it in a good moment though, so he's not doing it right here. So, and Cloudy Balloon's back down the inside, and I think he finally does it.
Yeah, he's going to have DRS as well, so this should be job done. Also, James Slater got back past Malloy, so you have to say that one's done and dusted, as now Cloudy's closing in half a second in this sector just on Malloy from his damaged car. MLA's so close, he goes down the inside.
MLA down the inside, and he finally has the position, gets the DRS, but Black Mom has a good exit. He's really covering the inside. He's going for it. Give him a little touch. They get a little bit naughty from Black Mamba, but
he kind of forced his way through on the inside there, didn't he?
Yeah, it was not really. It was literally no space around the inside, I think. So, as Malloy pits for his broken funding, and almost forgotten about that.
Well, you have to say that, you know, I don't think that would have happened on the first few laps of the race, but with 2 laps to go, you know, I think Black Mamba probably thought, if you're not going to give me room on the inside, I'll make you give me room, kind of thing. And perhaps just getting inside Mark's head a little bit, just to say, look, you know, you can try all you want, but
Nick is disqualified.
Yeah, too many penalties.
I think for the drivers here as well, if you cut too many corners, like this happens.
I think he was probably just pushing a bit too much, giving it's only a practice race, but lap 27 out of 28, Noak still leads from Odems. Black Mamba currently in 3rd, but what can MLA do about this? Can he try and get past? They're passing a back marker now, who's luckily ghosted, and
disqualified as well.
Yeah, so
it was expected as well. He got also so many penalties, so yeah, 2 drivers already getting disqualified for too many penalties. So I think that's a warning for the drivers as well, you know.
Look at this, Reflow and Cloudy, back ding-donging.
Yeah.
Reflow gets back through, and then Cloudy gets back through again, so these boys don't want to give up on that, what's now 6th position. So, look, Reflow's going to try and do it again.
3rd place again.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, but he finally get that 3rd place back, but Black Mamba gets a good straight back, but he leaves it by now, so Mark finally has that place back from Black Mamba, so I think he can push through as well. As Floss in within 6 again from Cloud Balloons. Not really getting a good exit, weaving around, break the slipstream. I think Floss has not to do that because he's really interrupting his straight line speed as well. So, but we are on the last lap.
Last DRS zone for these guys, James Slater and Black Mamba. Black Mamba and MLA.
What can Mark do about it? Covering the inside, but I'm gonna expect a dive on from Black Mamba. Yes, yeah, oh, they touched. Yeah, I already called it, but
I think Black Mamba kind of Reflow gets back through on Cloudy. This is amazing stuff for these two. Noak's going to cross the line in a minute. They're going to go side by side down the back straight. Who's going to have DRS? Is it going to be, looks like Cloudy's going to have it. Yeah, Cloudy's got it. Noak wins the race. Odems comes in 2nd.
What can he do? He's going down inside. Cloudy going back again. I think
does the cut back.
Down the inside again, they're touching, but still going good.
Very fair racing.
down the inside. A little bit outside, but he gets the better switch back. All the traction there. So exciting here right now.
He's lining him up.
Getting the better exit. Getting the better exit. Down the inside. That's not a very smart decision for Floss. He could have had him, but...
Perhaps the last corner would have been the best chance. MLA came third, Black Mamba came fourth. And those two should be very proud. That was a brilliant battle between them. Lukey's going to come home in 8th position after starting last. So a good result for him. And Joret will come home in 9th, Spider in 10th. So look at these podium tier boys. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. Done a good job here tonight.
I just going down a little bit and I see like Black Mamba and Oliver's car just like pounding onto each other. So the IA car is doing very big today as well. So it was pretty funny to see.
Here comes Joret, last man. And then we will run through the official results here tonight, which has been a good race. I enjoyed this one. Lots of battle, lots of action, and lots of clean driving here tonight as well.
Yeah, I'm very glad there was some good driving, good battles. Some of them were hard, but also fair at the same time. And yeah, just very good to see this.
Podium celebrations.
Yeah, Noah with the absolute supreme pace, no penalties. So yeah, he is really legit the favorite one for tomorrow in the Prestige tier. So normally, it's very rarely I'm pretty nervous, but I'm getting pretty nervous from Noah seeing this pace in the last couple of races, so it makes me legit a little bit scared.
It definitely does, and look at all those penalties. We can see, yeah, everyone.
Seconds. Jesus, it's really gonna be a penalty fest right now for tomorrow. I think for every tier. Well, 2 drivers getting disqualified as well, so I think one of the tiers it's gonna be really decided by penalties.
Yes, I think a few results will be, but no one can argue with Black Mamba. Absolutely dominant drive from him tonight, and we'll be expecting perhaps something similar tomorrow. We've got Reflow as well. Reflow, Lukey, Jonas, Joret, they're all going to be fighting for that win tomorrow, amongst others in the podium tier. Kinclardy Walloons, he's the top driver in the Pinnacle tonight. What can he do? Finishes in 6th position. Sean, thank you very much for joining me, and thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you head over. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And our sponsors, big thanks to Boss Boxes and Kits Gaming. Of course, you can get a discount using the code at F1TS Hub. Best of luck tomorrow, Sean, and we'll be back live for the podium tier at 7 PM, the Pinnacle tier at 8 PM, and the Prestige tier at 9 PM tomorrow night. Thank you very much.
Good night.